Oh, hello. I think it might actually be working. Is it actually working? I think it might be working. Chat, you're going to have to tell me if this is working. This has been an absolute fucking nightmare. Um, yeah, I think it's working. I haven't set anything else up on OBS. I've literally just downloaded it, so is it even the right microphone? This is weird because the last time I did this, I think was Hogwarts Legacy, way back in the mists of last year, and it worked fine. So I don't really know why Streamlabs is being an absolute prick this evening. It's only taken me most of half an hour to get that sorted out. Fantastic. Right, yeah. Is the good old mic a bit low? Is it even the right mic? That's the question. I've never used OBS for this device.
Chat mic. Okay, let's see. This might be better. I think that's going to sound slightly sexier. I hope. Okay. Yeah. This is a start. Now, that's the game volume. So in theory, you can now hear the game volume as well. I hope. Yeah, sorry about this. This will be better the next time I do it, if there's ever a next time after this fucking nightmare. Rightio. So, assuming you can hear everything, welcome, chat, to a late night impromptu Dragon Age the Veilguard stream. I actually went to all the trouble of making as in the character creator, because I said on Twitter that it would be funny if somebody did that. So I did it. However, in my frantic panic to get this fucking game working, stream working, I had to like rage quit before I really got anywhere. So we might have to go to the trouble of character creating again.
I knew him as Solus. Smart, thoughtful, loved to hear himself.
You can actually pause cutscenes in this, which is going to be probably very helpful, so I don't end up talking over it. Just before we actually begin, I do have some background with Dragon Age in the... Well, like, I've played one of them, I think. No, I think I've played two of them. I definitely played Origins. And I think I played one of the later ones. But I don't remember more about that, except that there's a town somewhere with, like, a windmill, and you have to fight off some bad people. But I remember the first one, and it was fun, it was enjoyable, I quite enjoyed it. So this could be not very good. But I don't remember very much about the story. In fact, the only real strong memory I have is playing as an elf, Dalish, I think they were called. And I was seduced by, I want to say his name was Zevran, was that his name? I think that was his name. But I was quite young when I played it, so he's technically a groomer. So that's the only thing I actually remember about that game, really. But I'm told it was good. I haven't got any strong memories of later ones. As for this one, obviously, lots of people have been saying lots of things. It isn't tremendously popular with some parts of our sphere because of all the clips that have been doing the rounds. It's not tremendously popular with people who like game writing, I don't think. But it seems to be performing reasonably on Steam. So I want to see what all the fuss is about. I want to see whether it's any good. I've not really seen much besides a couple of the clips going around. And I think I did see that skill up video where he said that it was like HR being in the room the entire time. So this could be interesting. This anyway is going to be, I guess, our very, very rushed fast track through the backstory. So I'm kind of the ideal audience. I've played a game before. I remember little about it. This game is trying to drop me in the middle of a story. So how much information do we get?
Talk. But long ago, he had a different name. The Dreadwolf. Ancient elven god of lies, or heroic rebel against tyranny, depending on which story you believe. In his desperate fight against the corrupt elven gods, Solus imprisoned them, creating a veil that split our world from the raw magic of the Fade. He had won. But the veil cost the elves everything. Their magic, their freedom, even their immortality.
Oh no, does that mean my elf from Dragon Age Origins is dead if I go and try and revive him? He's not got immortality anymore. He must be fucked. Did he have a say in that? Was that part of his story? I'm assuming it wasn't part of his story. He's basically been screwed out of immortality. I'd be pissed off if I were my old character still.
Now, Solus wants to tear down that veil and undo the damage he caused, even if that means our world has to burn. Somebody's gotta stop him. And that's where you come in.
Okay. That's... yeah. Okay. This... I'm now thinking maybe I've fucked up something else in the settings. Why are they all so thin? Is my resolution... it's like... oh... have I fucked up the resolution by having it in windowed mode? Yeah. It wasn't looking like this earlier. We're gonna run through it, and I'll probably get a chance to change those things after the fact. They are a bit squish. Can I change it? No. Because if I... no, that's gonna fuck it. We'll fuck that after we fucked the character. We're gonna make a squish character first. This is an incredibly professional stream. So, I did make an as, and I'm thinking we're gonna make an as again. Unless I can change before. I don't think I can. Can I? Wait. Oh. No. No, what have I done? Windowed mode. Give me window. Oh, that's better. Fixed it. Don't know what I did, but it's fixed. Good-o. Yes. Mashing buttons is pro gamer, Jay. You should know this by now. So, we're gonna make an... I think we are gonna make an Az. I've seen Az's character, and it was horrific. And I saw Mauler's Tipples the Clown, which is also horrific. And I don't think we're gonna outdo that. So, I did say on Twitter I would make Az. My usual character in a game like this is basically Elf Twink. That's my usual thing. Elf Twink Archer or Elf Twink Assassin. Someone who sneaks around looking pretty and staying pretty by not getting punched in the face repeatedly. However, I don't get the sense that that is an Az type playstyle. So if we are making Az, it can't be pretty elf. I don't think it's going to be a guy with horns, because I think Az would want to be a big, strong man with horns. And we have to make Az, not Az's dream of himself. So we're going to... it's dwarf or human, chat. And I think dwarves are better for combat. I get the sense that Az is a run at people and smash them in the face with an axe kind of person. Because that seems to be his style. So we're going to go... yeah, we're going to go this. Oh no, so what? How do I actually... oh, appearance. There we go. Right. So I've seen some of the I have seen some of the clips doing the rounds. Do you get the chance to go trans late, or do you basically pick it now? Because if you're picking it now, just to annoy him, I think we have... yeah, that's got to be what it is, isn't it? We're gonna go for them. They them dwarf, and we're gonna go... I don't even actually know or care. Customize. He looks usable, kind of. The most important and defining aspect of a character, if you don't pay much attention to these things, which I don't, is of course the hair. Now, Az has one distinctive quality. So, I made, what was I playing? The other dragon game, Dragon's Dogma, when I basically, and by accident, made Timothy Chalamet, and I was very happy with that character, but we're not doing that here. So we're thinking definitely this. This is going to be hopefully a quick character creator, because it's already like 3 a.m. We are not spending all night doing this. I mean, we could. It might be better than the game. But that's not my plan. Where is a good Az beard? Why is he so tattooed? That's distracting me now. I have to get rid of all of those. He had... because I made this earlier. Why can't I just fucking... import characters would be good. Az has a slightly blonde beard, I think. So we're going to go for blonde. We are going to have to get rid of these weird markings, which I think are over here. Are they lit blush, makeup, tattoos, scars, paint. That looks like what this is. We don't want paint. Okay. That's already looking like an improvement. And by improvement, I mean there's nothing. What have we got coming up next? I'm not very observant visually. No, I'm not fucking ready. No. Okay. I think that's the right complexion, isn't it? Like, I'm not very observant with head shape and things. Doesn't Az have weird markings? Mark asks. I haven't seen Az's weird markings. So I don't think he... Oh, he's still got the paint on his arms. Oh, shit. How do I get rid of that? Is it... It's not skin tone. Body proportions, body shape, undergarments. I love Az. I don't want to see his undergarments. We're going to ignore that for now. It must still be paint. But I thought I got rid of paint. Oh, body paint is separate. Okay. Goodbye, body paint. I mean, that's already looking pretty good. That's... I would mistake that. Sorry, Az, if you ever see this. It's not meant to be mean. Ears shape. I did pull a picture up earlier. I was quite committed to it earlier. But having committed... It's the problem with character creators. You commit to it once, and then you lose your progress. This happened with Baldur's Gate 3. My save file and all the autosaves corrupted. And so I gave up. And I haven't gone back to it just for the sheer amount of fucking effort. I do not want to have to commit more than once. Especially... Like, I don't want to prejudge this game, but especially for a game like this, I don't want to put in all the effort. Yeah, that'll do. Az has blue eyes, I think. I don't think he's retarded. He doesn't have heterochromia. So it's got to be... No, there must... No. Why is there not just a... Just give me an eye color. Oh, there we are. Blue. That'll do. Blue-green. Blue-green. That looks... No, blue. Blue-gray. Slightly less radioactive. That's good. I'm already stuck. I'm not very imaginative with character creators. Mouth. I think... Thinner? I think... Oh, yeah, I'm also... This is to prove how much of a technical fuck-up this night's been already. I'm also having to play with controller because my keyboard is fucked. The spacebar is permanently on, so... I hope there's not a huge amount of toolbars, because if there's toolbars in this game, then I'm not going to know how to use them. I mean, that's kind of like... Az has rosy cheeks, I think. We'll add him... We'll give him some blush. Style. Perfect. Are we happy with that as our vaguely... He doesn't look angry enough to be as in Dragon Age Veilguard. Maybe he gets angry later. So... I mean, I'm happy to run with this. He looked better earlier. He's in the thumbnail for the stream. That's what he did look like. But now he doesn't. Body. I don't understand. No. I'm happy with all of these things. I think we're just going to get on with it. Oh, fuck no. I'm not... No. How do you just save? Oh, accept changes. That's a button. Az. Perfect. I think. Are we... Any suggested alterations? Speak now. Looks very fresh-faced and moisturized. It's not Az without the top surgery scars. I mean, I'm assuming he gets those after he transitions mid-game. So we can wait until I'm sure there's going to be some kind of trans-surgery QuickTime event in this game. Classes. Okay. The game is racist and dwarves can't use magic. Normally I'd be a rogue, but I'm going for warrior because I think explore. Oh. Okay, yeah, fuck it. We'll find out. Faction. So this, I'm assuming, is where knowledge of the previous games, which I don't have, would be useful. Interesting. Vaguely jester-like. I don't know what that is. What? Yeah. That looks very dwarf. I mean, I'm almost tempted to go with that just because it looks so dwarf. But it's also not funny. That looks I mean, he's from Game of Thrones, isn't he? I think that's where they got this from. Bashar says it represents me, I feel seen, but I don't know which one he's referring to. I'm assuming it means this one. I mean, that's very colourful. What do they do? Gain reputation with the Lords of... I don't know who they are. That doesn't make any sense. Deal increased damage versus mercenaries. And you can perform takedowns on enemies with slightly less effort. But I don't know how much effort normally goes into performing a takedown on an enemy, so... that's going to be stamina, isn't it? Damage versus undead and demons. Damage. I don't. What's an Antarm? Chat, help me. I don't know what any of these words mean. Antivan Crow, who is good against Antarm. Fuck it, no. I mean, mercenaries I understand. I don't know what a Venatori is, or the Fade Touched. I do know what a Darkspawn is, but I think Grey Wardens are going to be like the boring good people in this game, right? Because like you join them in the first one and they fight the Darkspawn, but I think if I remember rightly, you get betrayed. But there is a ceremony. No, it's coming back to me. Isn't there a ceremony where you have to go and do the Indiana Jones thing? You drink from a cup and like if you're not chosen, you die? That sounds familiar. No, we're going to be fabulous, I've decided. We're going to be this. Oh, there are multiple ones. Oh, it's the Numenorian armor. Look, it's got the scales. Rings of Power should sue. They've stolen their excellent design work. And I bet this cost about the same amount of money. Right, yes, this will do. As is a Lord of Fortune. Backstory. Seeker of Golden Glory. When a corrupt... Oh god, words. Rivini noble double-crossed Rook, which I think is my character... Rook escaped a collapsing ruin, turned the tables, and destroyed a dangerous artifact. A rising Lord of Fortune skilled at breaking into lost tombs and ruins. That's kind of fun. Rook killed a corrupt whatever that is, noble to prevent an ancient evil from being given to the whatever that is. Their actions were correct and saved the lives of the expedition members, but some Rivini nobles were resentful because the success of the Lord's expeditions relied on Rivini authorities looking the other way. It seemed wise for Rook to step away while tempers settled. So he ran away. That doesn't sound like Az. I don't think Az would step away and let people calm down. Az would be in there and telling them that they're wrong. Because, fuck it. No, oh no. Summary? Playstyle? I actually think I'm a... Whatever. Adventurer. Oh god. What is all this stuff? Oh, this is the difficulty. Okay. Why have they called it playstyle? Is difficulty now a playstyle? So storyteller is journalist. Or, like, retarded, basically. We're not that. Keeper. Adventurer. Underdog. Nightmare. Unbound. Customize. I don't want to customize that. That just sounds like work. Brutality. Push to the limit. We're here for action and adventure, aren't we, chat? I think we're here for action and adventure. It seems average. I don't do this enough to be good at games either. I spend way more time writing games these days than playing them. So we're gonna go for the most bang average experience imaginable. Also, I thought, was it the skill up guy? Didn't he say that he turned like the difficulty down just to get through the game faster? That's what you want to hear if you're selling the game to someone. It's so engrossing that... How do I change? What? No, I'm using controller. Give me a... No. No, no! No! Back! How do I type with controller? Oh, I'm gonna have to mash the spacebar. Please work. Please work. Aha! Yes. No. No, no, no. Oh, off. Okay, right. That's all good. I need a new one. Yeah, that's what I want. As Lydia is his name now, I think. Masculine? How do we confirm and continue as R1? Play the voice R.
Time to get to... What's he been saying now?
Ooh, is that Az?
Well, we're not in trouble.
Fuck no.
Let's move.
I mean, that's kind of doable.
Well, We made it.
No, we're gonna go. We're playing this
Well, we
moderately,
made it.
moderately straight. Is what we're playing.
I'm happy we're here.
No, that sounds too like.
Hi. We'll be working together.
Yeah, just give him like a vaguely northern accent, and it's close enough, right? That sounds good to me. Summary: as Lydia, who is a dwarf and non-binary they/them warrior, he is a lord of fortune. And he is wearing some fantastic-looking armor. I think we are ready to hit the finalize button. You can change your appearance later in the game. That's good to know. I'm sure we'll get there, maybe. You should be thankful I saved you the 20 minutes it took to install shaders at the beginning of this game. That was exciting. I like it when my games I've already installed take another 20 minutes to install. Warrior is the worst class, it seems. Oh, you could have told me that earlier. Is it meant to be black?
So, where were we? Oh, right. Him.
Did it...
Our best
Did it load in and then load out? Is that what just happened? I seemed to exist and then cease existing for a cutscene.
plan is to stop the Dreadwolf before he can perform his ritual. After following his trail across half the known world, we finally tracked him to Minrathous, capital of the Tevinter Imperium. But to find the Dreadwolf in a city this big, we need a local expert. So, naturally, our story begins where all great stories begin. With the seediest bar in town. And a missing contact.
Let's try this again. Where's Ned Gallus?
You think you can come into my bar and make demands?
So, I mean, in terms of staging, I assume I've broken in here, I have just kicked somebody out, and she has been posing. This entire time, she has been posing on the bar. Okay. Oh, no. God, okay. You think you can come into my bar and make demands? I mean, that sounds boring, so we'll do more than demand. We will, insist.
Nev Gallus is my only shot at finding the Dreadwolf. I'm not leaving until I know where she is. Be ready to talk by the time I get to you.
Darling, you're adorable.
Sorry, the barrel is bigger than ours is. That's an impressive kick. Well done.
Not enough gold in the world for this.
Thuric, now!
Meet Bianca. She'd like you to stay a while.
What is that? Like, what's that in? Did it go through her shoulder? Or it doesn't look like it went through her shoulder. It's sort of, I guess, pinned by the clothes, but surely you can just, take your jacket off. That's not a hard thing to escape.
Nev Gallus.
Dumat Plaza.
It's not even in her. It's
The
not
Venatori
touching her.
cultists
How is she
took her to
pinned?
Dumat Plaza.
Thanks. Your friend, Nev Gallus. He's at Dumont Plaza.
I heard. That's why you're my second in command. Although, for the record, there was probably an easier way to do that than fighting an entire bar.
It's a woman they can't think. What does thinking have to do with whether you're physically pinned against a wall by a phantom arrow? Oh dear. Right, well, good start. Easy way to do that, fighting an entire bar. Aren't these... These are all basically the same. Where's the actual, like, demanding response? What's my personality here? Because I had you... That's fine. That's kind of fine. That's also kind of fine. They're the same answer. I don't actually know or like him, so I'm not going to be nice to him. I don't know what... I mean, it did work. Whatever. That seems standoffish. We'll do that.
It got us Nev's location. Come on. Harding will be worried.
All right. Break's over.
I hope Nev's as good at finding people as you claim.
She's the best damn detective I've ever met. If she says she's got a lead on Solus, I believe her.
Oh no, the Trade Federation have arrived.
The Archon's palace. Something must have gotten them riled up.
Is that a spaceship? This is going to just be betraying my very, very, very bad knowledge of Dragon Age. Do they have spaceships in this franchise? I mean, they do now, but why? Whatever. Off we go.
Should we be in more of a hurry to get out of here?
We don't want to look conspicuous. Just get out of here nice and casual. Find Nev Gallus and stop Solus.
We would be fucked if we were in more of a hurry because I appear to have no way of running. This is very much the speed at
You
which
still
this
think
set.
you can talk him down before he starts his big ritual?
That ritual is going to tear down the veil. The only thing separating us from the Fade and an endless number of demons. I have to talk him down.
Are you stopping? Is this where we stop? No. Are you? Oh fuck it! I'm just gonna go ahead. I guess he's stopped.
Wait! But I didn't do anything!
Get down.
Are they after us? Is it because of the bar?
Word travels fast in Minrathous.
We've got to help her.
We don't have time to get arrested, especially if we... Oh, crap.
We're too late.
The ritual started. But if we hurry, we can still stop Solus before it finishes. Let's go!
Oh, I can
Harding's
run
this
now.
way. She'll get us to Dumont Plaza. Then Nev
No,
will
I
get us
can't.
to
I'm
Solus.
walking. Oh no, yes I am. Oh
Watch
no.
out!
Bye.
Is Solus summoning demons on purpose?
My guess is the veil is weakening, and they're slipping through the cracks.
So, I mean, I don't necessarily think I'm going to be in a position to follow this story very closely, but so we're after a guy and we don't know where he is. So we've gone to a bar to punch some people, to pin a woman against a wall with an arrow that doesn't touch her because we're that good, in a bid to find out where this guy Solus is. And my assumption is that we're now going to find out where he is because we're walking toward the massive gap in the sky that he has opened, which seems like we could have skipped the bar scene and just waited for him to start. No? Were we hoping to get here before he started? I mean, I'm assuming that's what we were doing.
And when the veil comes down completely?
And the whole world is going to look a lot like this.
I'd be down for that.
Come on, this way. It should get us to Harding.
cannon turret? What's that squelch noise? I am a dwarf. All damage is presumably increased.
You're safe now. Get inside and bar the door as quick as you can, okay?
Thank you, miss.
Harding, you all right?
I've been doing what I can to help. The ritual must be weakening the Veil. There are a lot of scared people out here.
And a lot of demons. Haven't seen this many come through the Fade in years.
And what about you two? Are you okay?
Yep, these are all kind of very bland and center ground again. But we are in a hurry, so that's truthful.
We're good, but we need to move.
Agreed. Solus isn't waiting, neither can we.
Have you got my gear?
Right over there. Where's Nev Gallus? Wasn't she at the meeting point?
Venatori got to her first. They grabbed her before we arrived and paid off the bar owner to keep it quiet.
I'm not surprised our detective did something to piss off a cult of murderous blood mages, but their timing stinks. The bar owner said the Venatori took Nev to Dumont Plaza. Can you get us there, Harding?
Not a problem. I saw Dumont Plaza while I was scouting the area, and it was crawling with Venatori. Follow me.
Eyes up. We've got company.
Demons. Here.
Ah, demons, yeah. Right, combat basics. Square. Well, that is a basic, so that's true. Well done. Just as a point coming in, because, I mean, when was the last Dragon Age game released? It's quite a while ago, right? And it's not been a massively popular franchise for a while. So, like, this is sort of re-entry level game, I suppose. And one thing noting at this early stage is that ideally, when you're introducing or reintroducing people to a world, you don't throw 15,000 nouns, unfamiliar nouns at people at once, because at the moment I'm struggling to attach names to faces, never mind names to places and concepts and objects and things. It's not the most easy thing to get back into. It's not I mean, maybe it's good for actual Dragon Age fans who know all of this stuff already, because you know, they don't want to be treated like idiots, but it's not feeling very re-entry level at the moment. Anyway, basic combat. Red. It's telling me to raise my shield. I know how to do that already.
Let's get to Dumont Plaza and find Nev.
Ah,
You two all
rats.
right? Patch yourselves up if you need it.
I don't get it. If Solus tears down the Veil, doesn't that destroy everything?
Solus always talked about how beautiful the ancient world was.
That world existed before the Veil, and he wants to bring it back.
Dialogue
Even if
fading
his
is
ritual kills us all in the
not
process.
working very well. It might just be, maybe I've only got one headphone on, it might be why. It's probably me being weird and only playing with one ear on. Seems to like fade off if I'm not looking at it. Anything else to explore? I think we came that way.
You are in violation of Imperial order.
Oh no,
Oh no, I think
bubbles.
that's Dumont Plaza.
Crap. Let's move.
Yeah, I think we found out where the bad guy is. Yeah.
I hate these assholes.
I don't know who these assholes are, but if you say they're bad. Dwarf jumping maneuver.
Looks like the Venatori put up a barrier and blocked the way.
Hit me! Hit me! Ow. They put up a barrier. Okay. I see where this is going. So they've put up a barrier to stop us. They're struggling with the barrier, it must be said. You would think if they'd put it up, they would know that I'm behind it. That's kind of the point of a barrier. Second point of a barrier, traditionally, I mean, you know, I'm sure there are other types of barrier, but traditionally, barriers are to stop people being able to walk through easily. So if I just hit this and it disappears... Oh, look! What an effective barrier that was!
More intruders!
These people are probably being paid far too much for the talent they display.
Back in the Lords of Fortune, we refuse to take jobs from them. We'll take jobs from almost anybody.
Counter. You okay there? Seems to be sort of inside the wall. Az hits hard. Az can punch people into walls. I think we've established this. I'm liking him already.
Come on. Guess we're sliding down.
They're allies of Neb Gallus! Kill them all!
Oh, for fuck's sake. Driving kick. R1 to select your new driving kick ability. It requires 50 rage. We're playing as Az, and I've given him they, them pronouns, so I'm assuming he's got infinite range. Rage, even, right? I mean, that's how this is supposed to work. Or we generate it by hitting people with the low-level melee attack. I think that's probably more like it. Ability wheel. Oh, God. How am I supposed to keep track of this when I'm drunk? Driving kick. It detonates. Okay.
Barictethrus! The Venatorium Venatori, take your revenge!
Another barrier. But it looks like Nev's work, not the Venatori's.
Ah, is Nev better at making barriers than the Venatori are, or is this one also going to just explode? No, this one gets a cutscene. This is a much better barrier.
Varric, hiding. Not the worst timing.
Nev, it's so good to see you. We thought the Venatori had kidnapped you.
They thought the same thing. A lot of Venatori in the city have reason to hate me. Figured I'd play along. Find out who wanted to settle the score this time. Then the sky started raining demons. So I'm back on the job.
Appreciate it. Rook, this is Neb Gallus, our local expert. She's gonna help us find Solus. Nev, meet Rook. Harding and I found them a while back. Thought we could use an expert on trouble.
Rook, like the chess piece?
One of the strongest pieces on the board, but they tend to think in straight lines.
I mean, it's a nitpick, but technically, don't all chess pieces move in straight lines? You can't really curve in chess because it's, you know, it's a grid. One of the strong blah, 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 blah. You rescued yourself. Nice job with the Venatori. We need information. Where's the I hate your hat option? Your hat is shit. Why are you so casual about the end of the world? Where are all of these options that I'm assuming should exist on the left-hand side? We need information.
We haven't got a lot of time. Varric said you had a lead on Solus?
You get right to the point.
The world is ending. Of course I get to the point. She's very casual. Is this going to be a common theme? Is everyone going to be incredibly casual? Like they're sort of standing outside the story they're in? I get that impression.
I haven't seen Solus in person, but I did find hints of old magic, similar to what you get in elven ruins. I traced it to a building beneath Our Lady of Victory. That's where your man is hiding.
Then let's go. before this ritual he's doing gets any worse.
Worse, this ritual's already drawing more power than I'd expect from a dozen mages. You told me he was working alone.
I also told you he was an ancient elven god.
An elven god. Well, whatever he is, he's causing trouble in my city. Let's go.
All citizens in the Canal District must remain in their homes.
Am I gonna have to keep doing this? Guys, the world is about to end. Urgency, why aren't you running? And at least do me the courtesy of sounding like you actually give a shit one way or the other. I'm assuming the loading screen is to account for the half an hour it took us to slowly walk to stop the evil person.
He wants to bring down the veil. Hopefully
Humans.
that ritual
Where
gets
did
his full attention.
Where did he go?
So
Oh,
we
he's down.
catch him while he's doing his ritual. So
I think they're killing themselves, guys. They know they're in a Dragon Age game.
he can't fight us.
That's the hope. If it comes to a straight-up fight, we're dead.
Oh no. What happened to these two? Because there's no blood. Can't have blood. That would be an age rating thing, I think. Oh no. He died comfortably. Wait. Didn't you die up here? I'm sure you died somewhere up here. I'm sure I saw you. Where have you gone? Where's the woman who died? She's up. I have to check this. Because she did. She's already dead. That's the same woman. It's the same everything. She has the same hair. She has the same outfit. She's not wearing shoes. I guess she was homeless. Like, character. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure, actually, if you turned him over, he would be the same as the person who's lying on top of him. They are kind of reusing character models a little bit early in the game already. Because these two people are the same. That woman down there is the same as the woman up there. He is quite possibly the same as both of them. In fact, he is. It's the same pose. His arm different? No, it's the same pose. So there's lots of clones. There's clones about in this place. It is a fantasy. I think he's the same person as well. No, she has different hair. She's different. They're the same person. He, I don't think I've seen before.
We can slide down the line to get across.
Yay, thank you for telling me.
Getting too old for this.
Now my old little world building thing is tingling. How do you travel around this city normally? Do they all use zip lines? Is there a bridge that is broken, which I can't see? We're going to assume that's what it is. But I mean, character models, they can be expensive, okay? I mean, I guess it's fine. They're saving money.
Looks like the Venatori also
It's just
found
that they're
it,
expensive
and
when
then
you
demons
animate.
found them.
They're not usually expensive if they're not animated and if they are just bodies lying on the ground. Ooh, secret area for some gold, I think. Is it gold? Fuck, wrong button. It is gold! Buy me a new shield. This is rated M, whereas this game is rated M? Really? Is there a blood option that I'm not seeing in the options, where options live? They're all the same, it's the Officer Jenny effect. Ah. Yeah, I mean, Brock would be fucking booming if that were the case. I hope he's in this game. Ocean's full. Good-o. That person just doesn't have a face. We're going that way, but first of all, gold. Why is... How did that... How did the boat get there? Ah! Ranged attack. Shield toss. charge your attack, but you can charge your toss by holding R2. How do you normally charge your toss, chat? Is it R2? Or have you bound it to a different hand movement? Toss!
Enchantment on the entrance. I can get it.
Good. Please hurry up and do that. Okay. Now you've done that, we're going to run in a different direction. What's over here?
We should head back. Solus
Nothing
is
is over
inside.
here. Okay. And even give me some gold to reward my exploration.
So this is the Dread Wolf's hideout.
One of them, at least. Not sure how long he's been here.
Some of this looks ancient.
Solus has been around longer than Manrathus itself.
What looks... Is he seeing something I'm not seeing? What looks ancient? I'm just seeing rocks. I mean, rocks are ancient, so I suppose he's technically correct. Look. Cave drawings. Okay, that's ancient. I think maybe the line was supposed to trigger here. Because, like, you tend to want to look at ancient things when someone says that this looks ancient, as opposed to just, you know, walls and rocks.
Broken chains. Solus is freeing slaves.
Solus hates slavery. One of the few things we actually agreed on.
He said the other elven gods were tyrants who oppressed his people. He was trying to help them.
Well, this Solus sounds like a good guy.
What do you see?
No sign of Solus. Just a big glowing window or mirror or something.
Well, that sounds ominous.
Am I timing the blocks? No, I'm not. Well, I mean, not particularly. And I'm not on journalist mode either. I'm on, like, 2 modes above journalist mode, I think. So, I mean, I have reactions, but I'm just not... I'm not, like... It's not like a Souls game where you do time your blocks. I'm just using the shield sometimes, and it does perfect block. Quite often, in fairness.
Ancient elves doing something to a dragon, I think.
Yeah. Trying to control it, maybe?
Solus said the other elven gods were evil. If they were binding dragons, he was right about that much, at least.
Oh, it's the, Rick and Morty thing. Slut dragon! Slut dragon! That's what they're doing. Definitely. Binding. Ooh.
More demons.
New enemies. Oh. Powerful two-handed weapons as great axes and mauls. Attacks are slower than with weapon and shields, but they do inflict more damage. Defend is replaced with timed defend. Which, I mean, is that not just perfect block again? I don't actually have any other weapons, so I don't even know why it's telling me that. Oh, I do! I'll deal with that in a minute. Come on, hit me. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I have a hammer. Right, that is a slow weapon. Is it that heavy? It's just, it looks like a barrel on a stick. I don't really believe it's as heavy as he's making it out to be, but again, he is a dwarf. What is in this direction? A lever. Is this puzzle?
It sounds like that opened something below.
Oh, thank you.
Then let's have a look.
Thank you very much. Okay. Did it? That opened the door, I assume. That's not... I could have figured that out, I think. I will say for the game, having been mean to it a bit so far, some of it looks nice, I think. I like the interior decor choices, it's not bad. It is on ultra high graphic settings though, so this is as good as it's going to look. I did like the outside, like water effects were good. The outside looked nice. But so far, underwhelmed by the dialogue options, which is bad because I get the impression there's a lot of dialogue in this game. Underwhelmed by combat as well.
It's called an alluvian. They're elven and very old.
It acts like a doorway from one place to another. Solus uses them to get around quickly.
He must have gone through it.
Okay. Yeah, underwhelmed by combat too. It almost feels slightly mobile gamey, to be honest. I am enjoying the loading screens though, they're great fun.
Well, we're not in Minrathous anymore.
I know these trees. This is Arlethan Forest.
And there's your ritual. The power involved. I've never seen anything like it.
The tremors are getting worse.
And we've got demons.
Also, line delivery. Forgot to mention line delivery. And we've got demons. Wow. I'm excited. You're conveying your excitement slash fear slash dread so well.
I thought the demons were bad back in Minrathous.
The Fade's a mess this close to the ritual. No telling what could come through.
Ooh, knocked down there.
Does it feel like those tremors are getting worse?
Keep moving and try not to think about it.
It's good sex advice too. And your character come out as gay? I mean, I assume so. It's 2024. I think Shad would have something to say about the overswinging on my massive melee weapon here.
We get tremors every time one of those big crystals at the ritual site lights up.
Not many of them left to light. Might want to hurry.
Oh, I'm so thrilled by the combat all the way through. It's I mean, this is the prologue, so I'm assuming it gets more complicated. But like, I haven't really used or had to use my other weapons yet. Like the difference between normal melee weapon and the big old thing, it is just speed, but not really tactics at the moment. I haven't had to use my explosive jump kick yet at all. And I get maybe that's a function on being on the average difficulty level, but it's not like I'm not on easy. I'm on normal slash whatever they're calling it. Adventurer, I think. Even the voice actors sound bored. They really do. Use the yogurts by holding RLOL2 and pressing the designated input. I thought I could just do that anyway. Fair enough. Deal bonus damage breaking the triangle. Okay, so that's like a... Yeah, you got your very basic normal attack, power attack, I guess, and the number of buttons that I have no cause to use at the moment. It's just maybe I'm expecting too much, but just running at things and pressing square is not as engrossive as usual. Then again, as I said, normally I play like sexy twink archer elf rogue type and sneak around and backstab people. Is this just the experience warriors have in every game they play? Are you guys just the boring people who like running in and swinging longswords? Is that what I don't think it is, because it can't be that popular, but maybe that's the difference. I'm not having to use tactics here ever yet. Boss battle? Oh, Pride Demon? Oh no! It's the Pride Demon! Az hates the Pride Demon. You punch that Pride Demon. Oh no, he didn't. Oh, area of effect thingy. Wow. Ow.
Demon this large get through the veil?
Well, that was a boss fight. Oh, fuck. You another Pride Demon? Oh, you are. No. Attack, hit me, do something. Okay, don't.
Everyone all right?
Good enough. Let's get to Solus.
Uses bigotry, it's super effective. It was! Well, I mean, at least, maybe that's the answer, you know, it's just, your pride is, you just hit it enough times and it goes away. Am I sipping booze and smoking a cigarette at the same time as I'm playing? I am sipping booze and I am vaping at the same time as I'm playing. Not at the same time, obviously, because I have limited numbers of hands. Although, to be fair, I only really need one of them for this game.
Varric, Solus isn't gonna stop just because an old friend asks nicely.
Solus needs someone to sell him another option, to help him justify changing his mind.
I wasn't paying attention, and something tells me that doesn't matter.
Come on, Varric. We didn't come all this way just to talk to him.
He was my friend, Rook. I've got to try to reach him. But if he won't listen to me, then he'll hear from Bianca.
More demons!
Rook, take care of the team for me.
Oh no, he strolled off for his noble self-sacrifice moment. I'm... money on him not dying? I'm gonna say he's not gonna die.
Hey, Chuckles. Hope I'm not interrupting.
Let's buy him some time.
Right. So yeah. Doesn't seem to need me to buy him some time because there's no enemies up there. Also, I mean, it's probably the only example so far, I think, where the quippy dialogue is justified, because if they are old friends and I'm just taking the game's word for it because I don't know who these people are, but you know, I guess, you know, you're going to try and talk an old friend down. That's when you can use, like, cutesy language and call him Chuckles and stuff. That's sort of, I mean, compared to every other instance in the game where I'm sure it's going to occur, that's justifiable snark, I think. But also the world is ending, and nobody seems really to care yet.
I hope Varric is getting through to Solus.
We better talk fast. We can't hold these demons off forever.
I think you can. They're really not very hard to kill. Maybe not forever, just because I have a limited amount of whiskey, but I'm pretty sure we can hold them off for a while. I mean, we can hold them off to the tune of 1 bottle of Johnny Walker, at least.
The veil is a wound inflicted upon this world. It must be healed.
By drowning the world in demons?
I have taken precautions to minimize the damage, Varric.
Minimize them? People are dying right now. You need to listen. Please.
People are always dying. It is what they do.
What? What? I feel like no? Why? Okay, put it this way, you strange Jean-Luc Picard looking motherfucker. For whom are you trying to heal the void thing? Like, why are you trying to minimize the damage if you don't care if people die because people always die? I mean, people do always die. That's true. But there's a difference between people just dying of old age and you inviting demons in to kill and rape and murder them and do unspeakable horrors. Granted to clones, so, you know, maybe it's not the same thing, but that's a strange line. I'm not entirely convinced by your reasoning there, Picard.
Shit. We need a better plan.
Do you want me to take the shot?
Won't work. He's too powerful.
Is it not worth a try? I mean, Aloy is good with a bow. You should let her shoot. She has those explosive things. I've played Horizon. This is clearly the same character. So just, why not? Shoot him.
What if we disrupt the ritual?
How?
See those statues? If we break the scaffolding holding that one up, the whole thing will come down on Solus.
It's risky. Interrupting a ritual of this scale will have consequences.
But if everyone dies, if you don't, then the consequences can't be that bad. I feel like the game is struggling with the stakes that it's only vaguely established so far. You have a guy trying to heal the world, to save people, but he doesn't mind if everyone dies because people just die, so it doesn't matter if he saves them. So he's just healing it for reasons. And then you've got her who presumably thinks that people dying is a bad thing all the time, and she's wary about doing anything because it will have consequences if you interrupt the ritual, but the ritual will kill everybody. And you've got Aloy about to shoot, but she's not going to shoot, I bet, because that seems sensible. So now we're going to go and incur consequences for a woman who wants to save people, so doesn't want to incur the consequences, to stop a man who doesn't care about the consequences. Yeah, writing is questionable, I think, in this game.
And what about the demons? Varric needs us to hold them off.
Right, you two stay here. I'll bring down the statue.
What? No. Stepping into all that raw magic is suicide.
The storm could tear you apart.
Anyone got a better idea?
Fine, but you'll need backup. I'm with you.
I'm a mage. I'll go.
Either way, someone needs to stay back and deal with the demons.
Okay, I've just now noticed it's good they are keeping the characters' names on screen because I actually can't remember which one is which. Harding is Aloy. She is an archer. Neve is magician woman. So we're gonna take. I mean, Aloy is overpowered, but we're gonna take magician because I think magic versus magic is
Harding,
good.
keep the demons busy.
Good luck.
Make the cute redhead. We might have different definitions of what cute redhead is. I'm quite racist against dwarves, even though I'm playing one right at this moment, but short people, strange. Oh look, it's a description of the dialogue. Arguing inaudibly. I work out what they're saying. Like, if we just stand here, are they just sort of mumbling with echo to make it sound like words? And if we stand here long enough, will they run out of lines? Let's not experiment with that. It's like 4 AM.
This is it.
We need to bring down the scaffolding.
Some obstacles can be destroyed, but it's yellow. Yellow means I can climb. Well, not in this case. Can anyone lip read? If you can, good fucking luck to you, because it's not going to help you in this game.
Why? Why tear down the veil, knowing all the lives it'll cost?
We shared a journey years ago. Do you believe that I would do this if there was some other better option?
The pillar's weak, but...
It isn't falling. We need to push it.
Right!
Together, now!
You came a long way and made a valiant effort, Varric, but this story does not end with my downfall.
Push!
That is a vast Occupational Safety and Health Administration violation right there. You are holding the entire thing up with a stick. That seems liable to go wrong. I'm sure Health and Safety has something to say about that. Also, what use was her being a mage in this scenario? Why did we just pushed it? Did she not have any other skills to use? Okay, fine, I don't care. Let's move on. No. Oh my goodness, is he going to die? Am I wrong?
Varric! 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 Oh, no, no, no! Nev!
I see in chat that he does live, so I mean, I'm not entirely surprised by that. And the rule, usually, if you don't have chat to your advantage, is if you don't see them die, and if you don't see them dead, they're not dead. It's like they're coming back. Well, that was the prologue. It was an experience. It's a lot of pressing
You
square.
have no idea what you have done.
True. No, it's the world between worlds.
I know what I did. I stopped you from destroying the world.
I was not destroying the world. When you disrupted my ritual, the magical energies pulled me here, into the Fade.
Okay, so that's why you're here. But why am I here?
Your physical body is unconscious, but you shed a few drops of blood at the ritual site. Enough for a tenuous connection.
Blood magic?
Firstly, I abhor the use of blood magic. Secondly, had I the power to control you, I would already have used it.
Okay. This is a trick. Well, I don't know it's a trick. I'm not sure I would like to wake up. I can talk.
Alright, you brought me here to talk. What are we talking about?
The Evanurus, or as you would call them, the Elven Gods. The creatures that escaped.
He's brought me here for exposition. There is a realm set aside for exposition in this universe. I don't remember that in Origins. It felt more natural. Like, games back then were, I think, slower. Certainly, like, RPGs were much more comfortable locking you in place for extended scenes, but they justify it because they have your interactions make a difference. You know, if you're going to lock a player in place and you're giving them a choice in a dialogue tree, the dialogue tree has to make a significant difference in the game, and that's why something like Dragon Age Origins, I imagine if I went back and played it again, wouldn't feel as slow as this, because what I'm saying to a character who's otherwise expositing at me would change something. Like, it would mean something. It would either define me, or it would define my relationship with them, or my relationship with somebody else who's with me, and it would matter. And I'm not really getting much of that yet. There's just a lot of locked-in scenes where characters like Picard here just say, I brought you here because I don't like blood magic, but I have some very important things to tell you, which I will tell you for some reason. I don't know what I'm going to gain by telling you all of this, but the game needs exposition, so I am going to tell you it. It's not very compelling.
In ancient times, they ruled the elves, but that was not enough. They sought not just to be obeyed, but to be worshipped. When I rebelled, they drew on the horrific magic of the Blight, corrupting all they saw until I trapped them. Thanks to you, though, I am now trapped, and the blighted elven gods walk free.
Oh dear. If only somebody hadn't opened a massive rift. Why should I believe you? That's the snarky option. We will go for the snark.
Right, you were innocently doing nothing when we came along.
The prison in which I had trapped them had begun to crumble. I was moving them to another.
So you weren't tearing down the veil and drowning the world in demons and wild magic?
I had a plan.
Varric always said you'd have a big explanation for why none of this was your fault.
Varric?
Yeah, he said that's your style. Never quite lies, clever half-truths that let you convince yourself you're doing the right thing. He tried to talk to you anyway, and now he's hurt.
Varric is quite practiced at shading the truth himself.
Ooh.
So those things that got out, you said they were gods?
They said they were gods. Blighted, tyrannical, sadistic gods. It took all my power to imprison them millennia ago, but I am certain you will be fine.
Are you now? We don't have a relationship already, do we? Like, this character, Rook, doesn't exist in the previous game? So, like, there's nothing to draw. I almost feel like the story he's telling here should actually have been the prologue of the game. Like, more information. I understand the temptation to jump you in the middle of the action because, you know, people get a bit wary if you start opening stories with extended, like, dialogue scenes or walking or whatever. Although we did get all of that anyway, but yeah, like, I almost feel like it would be better to actually go on the investigation rather than jump in the middle of the investigation when you are in the bar and you punch people in a cutscene. The investigation leading up to that point, which builds up your mystery, which allows you to explore the relationship you already have with Varric, which allows him to naturally fill you in with information about Solus, then culminating in the bar, then you learn something along the way rather than jumping in midway through. Might even have been better, Because I'm trying to cast my mind back to, like, Origins. Is Origins the one where, say, if you start as the Dalish elf, you go through, like, you're out in the forest, you're hunting. So you're on a normal, like, everyday elven mission. And you come across a cave which has a portal mirror thing in it. Am I right? I think that's correct. So you don't know, you're not in the middle of this massive adventure. You are very much starting as the novice, and an unusual thing happens to you. And so you get filled in on your way, and then you go away and you become the Grey Warden. This is all distant memories as far as I'm concerned, but I think that's correct. It's more compelling, and I wonder whether they think because it's an established franchise they don't have to do that again. But if it's a long, kind of half-dead franchise, you kind of do have to do it again, and it's just general good introduction to stories anyway. Introduce people, don't jump them in and then backfill them with information. Anyway, dialogue. What does it doesn't really matter, I think, is my impression.
That's really helpful. What are you, the elven god of sarcasm?
Lies, treachery, and rebellion, depending upon the story. And how could I help? I do not have my ritual dagger. I cannot access my network of mirrors to travel from the lighthouse to anywhere in the world. All I can offer is what I know.
Helpful advice from the elven god of, and I am quoting you here, lies, treachery, and rebellion.
Depending on the story.
Elganan and Gillenane are your problem to solve.
You have exchanged verbal jabs with Solus. Is that gaining me something? Is that a relationship indicator, or is that just filling me in on the dialogue in case I'd fallen asleep? Also, I like his mirrors that he can't access. Nice of him to mention that he has a vast network of mirrors that he can jump across the world with. I'm sure that will become relevant later.
This is your responsibility now.
Is verbal jabs an achievement? Is verbal jabs a button I can press? Is that like a quick attack move for later?
Why? Why tear down the veil? Listen.
No! You have no idea what you have done. This is your responsibility now.
Well, look who's still with us.
Varric?
Oh, he survived.
Okay.
Oh.
I saw Solus stab you. You fell.
Trust me, kid. I've had worse.
I am Varric the White, and I come back to you now at the turning of the tide.
It'll take more than a flesh wound to stop me. Don't think I'll be making it out to the field anytime soon, though.
Ooh, I have a more option. I have a more option, even though only 3 of a possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 options are available? More. The dialogue tree is now confusing me. Might be because it's late, might be the Johnny Walker, but is there a reason what exactly happened doesn't live next to any of these? Is it just in case I wasn't paying attention and he's going to explain it? I don't want more exposition. Fuck that option. It's worse than you think, whatever it is.
Varric, when we stopped the ritual, something else got out. Something even Solus is afraid of.
You've got this, Rook. World's not flooded with demons right now. Because you stopped Solus, not me.
Varric, even so, I need you to...
Rook, you've got this. I've seen your work. Like the unfortunate business involving a corrupt noble and that ancient evil. There's a reason I dragged you into this whole Solus mess. You're clever, adaptable, and you don't know when to quit.
Rook, look who's awake. I've been searching the place for Lyrian potions. Didn't mean to intrude.
Oh, it's okay. Apparently the pop-ups fade even when you pause, which isn't helpful. Did you see you caught the thing on the left there, which said, because she came with you to stop Solus, she got injured. Now, I'm going to tax your brain here, chat, and I'm going to give you like 30 seconds. Can you come up with a way of conveying that information without using text on the screen? any way at all of conveying that a character got injured because of your action? Because I feel like there are plenty, and one of them might just be, I don't know, showing her with an injury. I think that would be inferred. Is it gonna... yeah, I don't... yeah. How stupid does the game think I am? Because it seems to think I'm quite stupid. Yeah, I'm aware now that I've actually paused on quite possibly what a lot of you will think is the best visual in the entire game. But I am slightly struck by how handholdy. Not handholdy in terms of gameplay, handholdy in terms of the basic things your eyes can detect when you see it.
Not at all. I was just about to have a look around.
Oh, be careful if you go outside, Rook. It is a long way down. The Illuvian led us into something, and it's in the Fade. Because that's what we needed. The dream world.
Because that's what we needed. The dream world. And just, yeah. Yeah. Dialogue, not great. Line delivery, very much not great. You've been portaled after suffering a grievous injury by trying to stop an elf Picard character from blowing up the world with a portal that summons demons, and you have been sent in the doing of this to a tower thing surrounded by magical MacGuffin blues, and that's your reaction.
I really need to look around.
Can't hurt, in theory. And we need to talk about our next move. Maybe find Harding? She went outside somewhere. There's a table in the central area here. I'll meet you both there.
Go ahead, Rook. I need to sleep.
So do I.
See you later, kid.
With the dialogue wheel, each spot is set to a tone. Sarcastic is always in the same spot, and nothing else will ever be there. Yeah, because they do the thing, so you've got the pictures, obviously. Vague pictorial guide next to your dialogue options. I think that the problem there is that you understand, mostly because of the picture, that the line is supposed to be the sarcastic option, but the sarcastic option doesn't really sound any different to any other option you will take. So it's like they're putting it there as the sarcastic line, quote unquote. But it's like that's the function the line serves. It's not actually the impression the line gives when you select it. How would falling asleep in the Fade work? The Fade is the realm of dreams. I know nothing about the Fade. I've not remembered that much Dragon Age lore. So he's sleeping within sleep. Maybe he dreams that he's awake. Ooh, a codex. Open the codex. What have we got? Oh god, information. Once the lighthouse is the place of... I'm not going to read all of this. Tools instead of blah, 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 blah. You're safe. Okay, we're safe in the lighthouse. It's the thing in Elden Ring where you go and you meet people, I think. That's what we are. It's the safe area. That's what it's called. The safe lighthouse. The lighthouse of safe. Again, like I like set design. Set design is quite good in this game. And yeah, it's sort of damning with faint praise because if you spend this much money on it, it's the least you should expect. But, you know, it's good. Things are implied to have happened here. I don't know what things are implied to have happened here. Who lives here? What goes on? Maybe that was all in the codex information that I am now too lazy to read. But it looks nice in large parts. It's just sort of like everything you do in the game that looks nice is not nice. The round table hold. Thank you, First Lad. Wow. Dog.
Rook, you're awake. And we're...
in the Fade.
This is where people come when they dream, but dwarves don't dream. And somehow, we're here.
Yeah, it's unreal. Nev thought we should talk about what to do next.
We should. But maybe look around a little. We might be here a while.
Runs like a half-it. Yep, runs like a half-it. Looks like a half-it. Talks like a half-it. and so probably is a half it. Dwarves Don't Dream is an interesting little lore thing, I guess. Some skills. We can unlock some skills. Buttons that I will be able to press if I remember what they are during the game, where I probably won't need them, but it's always good to have skills, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Learn to Code section of the game. Striking a shield toss with a shield attack volleys the shield back. You can Captain America these people. Shall we? We could be Captain America as the dwarf. Captain as the dwarf. I'm almost tempted to spec him as Captain America at this point. Counter blow. Should we Captain as this? Yeah, R2, then triangle on return. Captain America. Yes. I have more points? I do. Do I have any other things to... Oh, they lead places. I picked one that leads nowhere. Maybe not is the best use. Maybe not is the best... Maybe is not the best use of my thingies. But... I guess I can't have that while airborne. Gain precision after I do that accidentally a lot. We'll use that. Titan Stomp. Create a shockwave around you by slamming into the ground. You can Gimli. It's the Gimli maneuver from the Battle for Middle-earth, which I shall use, because that is a good maneuver. Is that all my skills? I think it is. What buttons do I press? Doesn't tell me. Helpful. Okay. Reaper, Champion, Slayer. Ash strikes me as a bit of a Slayer. We should probably be speccing towards Slayer, but we are heading in the wrong direction for that, so we'll return to it. So I've been told to go and explore, because though I don't think these people know that we've definitively stopped the end of the world, they also do want me to explore, so we have paused the sense of urgency in order to achieve exploration. Oh no, it's you.
Figures are in the fate, but I swear they're following me.
You alright?
Strange place you've fallen into, but I'll work with it. You know me.
Do I?
I know Varric wanted you for the job. You know the same about me.
And I don't remember who you are, but I'll take it. How long am I planning to go for? What time is it? It is, 4:20. I reckon I've got another hour. Then I shall probably attempt to do the beds. But I may return to this depending on how far we get, how engrossing it is. We are not doing Beast Up on Monday because Cynic is away, so I may have a video out. If I don't have a video out, I will do this. If I do have a video out, I might do this after. I might have to watch Agatha. We'll see. It's this or Agatha. This is what my life has become. This, Agatha, editing Rings of Power Season 2. It's a life, if you choose
I made
it.
a call that got you injured right after we met.
I'll be fine. You trusted me for the job, and I delivered. That's what counts. If we're stuck in this, let's hope you can trust me again.
Do I trust her? I mean, she pushed that thing over very effectively. That's trustworthy. Let's hope that I don't love you at all. Let's not do that. Thumbs up. Seems pretty generic. I'm not sorry she got injured because we're trying to save the world. It happens. What is that? Is that standoffish? Has he got his arms crossed? We'll have our arms crossed. We'll be standoffish with this
We'll
wench.
see how it goes.
Is that cynicism, caution, or both? We might just get along.
You take a lot of notes. What about?
Lately, what we know, or knew, before Solus changed the game.
And it's...
Not much. I'm sure Lace would hate to hear that, but one step at a time.
We'll figure this out. Start with the big goal. We need better than that. I mean, again, all pretty much the same, just a minor difference in tone.
Not much isn't going to save the world. This will get worse before it gets better.
The question is, how?
Cheerful.
That's what I'm here for.
Playing hard to get. I hope I'm not playing hard to get. I'm trying to give the impression that I'm not gettable by this person at all. But there are very limited options to actually tell people to fuck off, insofar as there are no options to tell people to fuck off. Like, do you get what I mean? It's like, the graphics are clearly an upgrade. From what I remember from old Dragon Age, you would expect pretty significant upgrades over the many, many years that the franchise has been going. It just sort of feels like a lot of the mechanical stuff, from dialogue to combat to... I'm going to take a guess and say skills as well. It's not just that they haven't really developed, it's that they seem to have slightly regressed. It just doesn't feel like as varied a game as I remember Dragon Age being. Notes of a caretaker. This note has a smear of paint on one corner. Have they always been here? Beings in the crossroads, unknown even to the wise. Though the most ancient ones make any domain their own. Certainly this caretaker belongs to now. I wonder... It may be relevant to something. Are we going to bump into a caretaker of the lighthouse? Is he the person who opens doors for me before I touch them? Whee! What do you mean they progressed directly into pronouns? I mean, it's progress of a kind. That's true. But even then, like, in Dragon Age, you had quite a large variety of sexual behaviors, didn't you? Like, I'm sure my character slept with Zevran, and I'm sure my character was male. So I'm sure you could be gay. And if you've got, you know, alien-type fantasy creatures... That's more interesting to me. I would rather they added a new race, I think, than a new... reading. Oh, I hate reading. Actually, that's a lie. I like reading. To enter the library passage, 3 pairings must meet face to face. Oh, God, it's a riddle. 3 pairings must meet face to face. Do I have to move these people to look at each other? Are there others? Can I be bothered? I don't know I can be bothered, but that's another one. So I have to, I guess, move this one. Fucking move. I guess I have to move that one to look at that one to look at another one. That's so much walking. I'm a dwarf. Dwarves don't have walking very much. It's not what they're known for. Very dangerous over short distances, which actually is a break that Peter Jackson made, I think, with the canon, because in the Hobbit book, dwarves are said, I think, to be exceptional over long distances. This is how interested I am in this game. We're now talking about The Lord of the Rings. Is there another woman? I didn't even mean to come over here, but go look over there.
There must be 2 more.
2 more? 2? But yes, I'm pretty sure dwarves are meant to be good cross-country runners and not good sprinters, but Peter Jackson changed it for a joke. I don't really mind it, but it's a thing. Yes, where were we? Yeah, it would be more interesting, I think, to add a new race than add pronouns. It even says when you choose your pronouns that it affects how your character regards themselves. It will not affect gameplay. Which is almost the textbook definition of narcissist, isn't it? Like, you've added an entire option that only you give a shit about. It only matters for your character. Shut up, Aloy. Only matters for you. The game itself isn't going to get altered. It has no meaningful effect on the world. It's just, I'm so caught up in how I self-refer that I need this to be an option. But surely you would have all the options available to you beyond just modern deism. That would be way more interesting. Give me more races with more sexual proclivities or identities, whatever. Just leave the fucking pronoun shit. It's so dull.
What do we do now? What do we do?
Harding?
Oh, hey, Rook. How's it going?
Who was she talking? Was she talking to herself to set this up? That's an annoying thing. People need things to talk to. I talk at my computer, but my computer has so far more character than she does. You have... Oh, she was talking to her plants. I see.
So, you have plants. Greenery's nice, isn't it?
Green? Most of these are dead. Figures. Maybe I'll clear them out. Give me something to do. I hate sitting around. We shouldn't be sitting around.
She told me the last time I spoke to her that we should hold off our conversation about what to do next so I can go and explore for no defined reason, and that gave her nothing else to do but sit around, which she hates doing. Write characters. This isn't that hard. If your character hates sitting around, don't have her be the one to invite you to sit around. Fucking hell.
We were going to go back through the Alluvion, right? Let's start with that. As soon as we can.
You know, you can take some time to just...
Now you sound like Varric. Varric and I started this. And I can't stop. Not now. Don't ask me to. So, come get me when you're ready to go. Alright?
Oh, was that the other one? Was the other one who told me to stick? I don't remember. It's late. And they don't really have characteristics. I thought she told me to wait and go and explore. I don't care. But it is that, yeah, if you are going to write a character who hates sitting around, then you don't have them do that. Have them do something else. Have them nag you. Like, she could have been at the table at the beginning saying, we need to get on with the mission as quickly as possible because I hate sitting around, important things are happening. And the other one could say, well, you know, this is unusual. We've not been here before. You shouldn't be able to be here anyway because you're a dwarf and you don't sleep. So something strange is going on. You should take the time to go and explore. And then you make the choice based on what you do. You either go and explore, in which case she likes you, or you don't, in which case the other one likes you. Is that important? No. Like, just the character actions dictating what characters say, and characters giving you options which impact their relationship with you. Oh, it's another one of the fucking women. Oh no. Oh, the other one's over there, because I can tell, because they've made the stick glow yellow. Yeah, just like little things like that. It's a choice that's being expressed. It's a small thing. It impacts the game's relationship system. It's not that hard to accomplish, but apparently it is. Let's go make this woman look at the other woman, and maybe something will happen. Oh, it was a chest. I was wrong. Bait and switch. I was overconfident in slacking off the game mechanic. It was yellow. I assumed it was another woman who I could move. Oh, it's you again. Oh, by the way, I think this was established in my Hogwarts Legacy livestream, but I'm going to restate the point here. I have zero sense of direction. One of the many reasons I tend to switch off of open world games after a time. I do not remember where I've gone or what I've done. I just have no sense of direction. The table, I think, is what we do to move on, which I am quite desperate now to do, so we'll do that.
So, we stopped the ritual.
And Varric paid the price.
Hey. Varric made his choice to go talk with Solus. He knew the risks. We all did.
And now Solus is gone. And we're here. Wherever here is. Besides in the Fade.
Solus called it the Lighthouse.
He did? When?
When he was in the Fade, invaded my dream, in my head. Again, is that... I mean, the truthful one is he was in the Fade, we'll just say that.
Sorry, it was while I was unconscious. Solus appeared in my dream.
Really? I'm glad you're alright.
From what I saw, he's trapped in the Fade now. Not here, but some kind of prison.
You're sure that wasn't just a dream? It's a reasonable reaction.
Except that dwarves don't dream, remember? We can't. The Fade is the world of dreams, and we're not connected to it.
It was weird. I was standing in a place that I knew couldn't be real. None of it made sense.
You're lucky it was just weird. Solus can kill people in dreams.
He said our connection wasn't strong enough for him to do that. He could only reach me because I bled at the ritual site when I got banged up.
So Solus is using blood magic, like any normal mage would to play with your mind.
But he's not a normal mage, like I told you. He's an elven god.
Putting together a nice ritual doesn't make him a god.
Yeah, but no, true, but Is he or isn't he? That seems like an important thing to know and understand. He's a terrifying god. I mean, I'm minded toward the semantic quibble, because that's what I just did. Of course he's not. Yeah, stop quibbling. Figure it out.
I don't care about the philosophy. In terms of his power against ours, he's a god.
Dwarfs can't aspire to
well,
things.
We've stopped the ritual, and there doesn't seem to be an immediate danger. For now. You're certain Solus can't use blood magic to affect your mind?
I'm not certain of anything. But we're not out of danger.
What do you mean?
Solus had 2 of the other elven gods imprisoned. When he got trapped, they escaped.
So those things we saw come out of the Fade when the ritual went wild, those are...
Elganan and Gillenane. 2 of the ancient elven gods that Solus rebelled against.
Oh, I see. I saw, I think, about half an hour of Mortar's playthrough of this yesterday. Around this point, the names Elganan and Gillenane will come up frequently, and by frequently, every other exchange from what I recall. So those are the people we're against. I'm trying to work out whether it is because I've been paying too little attention, or whether it is because like we are having to be backfilled on so much massively important lore and mechanics, and I think it's the latter. So we have to be introduced sort of on the fly to elven gods. He was the other one was trapped. He might be a god. He might not be a god. He was doing a ritual to save the world from gods, but not to stop people dying because he doesn't give a fuck about people dying. But to try and stop them, but in trying to stop them, he got trapped and they escaped, which seems like a really dumb thing, like bicycle meme thing to do. And I'm slightly lost, which is not very helpful in a game which is trying to reintroduce me to this franchise and this world. They're stronger than Solus. Their escape is our fault. They are worse than... I don't think I know that. They're ours to kill. That seems aggressive. Let's be aggressive. Or we could... I mean, they're strong. We don't know that either. How is he reaching these conclusions? Fuck it. They're ours to kill.
They're our next target.
So we set our sights on a pair of elven gods. Like it's easy.
Who else is gonna do it? If they're loose, they need killing.
True.
They were evil tyrants who enslaved their people. We need to stop them.
Solus says Elganan and Gillenane drew on the Blight for power and became corrupted. That was when he imprisoned them.
So instead of one god running around, we have 2. And they're not just powerful, they're blighted.
We need to...
See, I'm going to have to keep... It's her in particular is really bugging me, her line delivery. It's like she's reading the ellipsis as just a pause, whereas that's clearly supposed to be... Like, she doesn't really believe the god side of things. So, like, she's struggling to believe it. It should be something like... So now we have 2 gods hanging around. It's like... But she just reads it so flat. It's like, so now we have 2 gods hanging around. It's like, put some effort in. You're being paid money to voice act in a AAA video game. It's not that hard to do. Just, is she not being directed properly? Is she, like, does she not care? Is it a computer reading it? It's hard to tell the difference.
To get out there and stop them.
Just like that. We're down a man without Varric. We can't just rush in.
I know you're hurt, Nev, but the rest of us need to do something.
I'll be ready to fight when it's time, but we need to investigate, then figure out what we're dealing with.
And how many more people will get hurt, get killed, while we spend time investigating?
Which one is Harding? Harding is Aloy. She is technically correct, so we'll go with her.
If Elganan and Gillenane are worse than Solus, we don't have time to waste. We need to act now.
We don't know what they can do or what they want. We don't even know if Solus is telling the truth.
I'm not saying we go in blind. This time, if we see a shot, we take it.
All right. The last place we saw them was the ritual site.
The Illuvian took us here from the ritual site, instead of back to Minrathous.
Then let's hope it takes us back.
Nev, are you okay to go?
It's a headache. No. I've worked with worse.
All right, then. Let's get back to the ritual site.
I was really hoping we could leave
The Illuvian has its
her.
own special room. It's just down the stairs.
That's another thing, so something to note, which is that if you can go in and out of the Illuvian, I mean, if you go out of the Illuvian, will it let you straight back in here? Because if it does that, then they should have investigated already just to work out what's happening. Otherwise, they have literally been sitting around. None of the characters besides you have taken any initiative, if that is the case. It might not be the case, but it's sort of what I think is going to be the case. Ooh, what's that? Collect. Wouldn't want to miss the Dreadwolf's Alluvian Codex, conveniently sat next to the Alluvian, which nobody picked up. Okay. Blah. He's outsmarted the so-called guards. They can track us to the lair if we use normal ones, so he improved... So I don't know who June is. Creating a mirror. That's the mirror he was talking about earlier. I remember that. The Singing Stone can change its tune to take us to any Alluvian, not just its bonded partner, so we have a fast travel system. Travel is as safe as a normal Alluvian. If you have questions, ask for the slow arrow and I will guide you. From Fallacian. Emphasis on ass. Graphics are kind of cool, I guess. Yep, that's my reaction to... Well, this is clearly a painting. But yeah, graphics for the most part, okay. This is Ultra, though, and I think it looked better when it was raining. The water effects made it look much nicer than the slightly washed out look we've got going on down here. The Codex lore thing, of course, it would be next to something relevant. I mean, that is slightly true, but like placement, audio log placement, Codex placement, certainly if your premise is that you've been transported to a new place and you have a character, like you have party members, you can do things to convey that information in a way that is diegetic. So it's not like someone left it there solely because it's so convenient for you. You can do more things to convey that information better, I think. It's slightly lazy just to leave things lying around.
For all we know, there's a dozen demons waiting on the other side of that Alluvian.
If it even takes us back to Arlethan.
Nev, you sure you're up for this?
Don't worry about me.
I am a mage, motherfucker. Don't worry
Shall
about
we?
me.
Let's do this.
Remember when writing was nuanced? I remember. Yeah, I remember. This game has less diegetic information than the Zack Snyder film. That is an incredibly harsh insult, sir.
It's quiet.
And probably accurate.
Well, isn't that a surprise?
There's the ritual site. But if the gods really did get out, they're not here anymore.
Right, let's take a look around and see if we can find...
Nope, they found us.
Cut it down!
I'm trying! It's not working! I can't contain it!
It's Mantis, that's who she is. The Californian elves? They're Californian? And Lenny Henry. No, he's too young to be Lenny Henry. Maybe like...
Strife? Irlin? It's me, Lace Harding.
Youngle Henry.
Harding? What are you doing back in Arlethan?
It's complicated.
I can see that.
Rook, Nev, this is Strife and Irlin. Varric and I met them when we first started hunting down Solus. They're veil jumpers, experts in ancient elven magic.
Hardly experts. I should have been able to shut that artifact down. I'm sorry, Tarith.
It's not your fault. Since the sky ripped open, the magic's been surging. Bunch of artifacts that had been dormant for centuries started coming alive. This is because of Finn Harel's... Solus's ritual, isn't it? You all were supposed to stop him.
Fucking what were you doing while we were trying to stop him? Also, we didn't stop him because though our plan is now to let Aloy take a shot, we didn't do that for some reason. We did try. We did sort of. Don't blame us. I mean, we did sort of stop him, I think, because he's now trapped in some sort of mind prison.
We did stop him. The sky's not pulling itself apart anymore, is it?
But
it didn't go as cleanly as we hoped. Solus got pulled into the Fade, and two somethings got pulled out. Or someones, I mean. Two of the evil elven gods. Elganon and Gillenane.
Mathalanast.
the elven gods of old, the Evanuris.
If they truly have returned,
then things just got a whole lot worse.
So many names. I don't know what's what, who's who. Is it the same voice actor as Varric? I don't know. It does sound slightly similar now you mention it, but it's hard to tell because so many male voice actors do that sort of, I'm going to speak like this, raspy voice. This is for some reason the meta in Hollywood and in video games. But when we're all doing it, it's really hard to tell us apart. And now my throat's fucked, so I shouldn't have done that. But like everyone does it. It's, yeah. Oh, great, the gods are real. I want sort of like the most carefree, I'm in this shit and I don't want to be kind of expression. I feel bad for Az. I've put him in this game. And he must be so bored. We'll do that.
I was really hoping that the Dreadwolf was lying to us about all of this.
He's the god of lies. But some things are sacrosanct, even to him. He might be a bastard, but he's a damn sight better than the Evanuris.
there's a reason Solus led a rebellion against the Evanuris, and a reason he imprisoned them.
But now they've escaped.
Tareth is in bad shape. We need to get him back to the camp.
We've still got dozens of veil jumpers unaccounted for.
How can we help?
We need to find
I didn't want to help. What if I don't want to help these people? I don't know who they are.
And also at blowing them up.
She was off looking for another artifact before this ritual should...
No, now I'm annoyed. I'm pretty sure I remember. Are there not options in, like, Dragon Age Origins where you come across an injured person and you can either help save them or not? I'm sure there are options. There are certainly options in other games like that. If I don't want to help them because I'm playing a villainous character or a dick, I should have that option. What if I don't want to do that? It's like there is no choice in this game when it actually matters. And even when it pretends there's choice, there's no choice anyway. There's no, like, I can't be an evil person. That's not how choice-based games are supposed to work.
Everything loose. If anyone can get a handle on all this wild magic and the artifacts it's setting off, it'll be her.
Right. You get your friend back to your camp and... we'll find Balara.
Did you just take a satisfying drink of water in between those lines? Oh, God. I don't know what... I mean, she is insufferable, so we're going to leave her behind.
Stay here with the Veil Jumpers. Harding and I can handle this.
Is that so?
That's so. If you're not at full strength, you're a liability we can't afford.
Fine. Your call.
We'll meet you back at the Veil Jumper camp. It's just south of here.
Balara's out near some elven ruins to the west. At least she was 3 days ago. I'd start your search there.
Good luck, Rook. And thank you.
Why is the new guy in charge? I don't know. He just is, because that's the rule. Like, we don't know who we are, even. We don't even know who we are in this game. Veil Jumper is such a lame name. It is, but it's just... My problem is it's another unfamiliar noun. Go meet someone you don't know.
Is it me? Or is there something strange about this fog?
There's something dangerous about those women.
Off. Like everything shifted a little bit.
Yeah, go to meet person you don't know, who is something you don't know, to stop someone you don't know from awakening someone you don't know, on the advice of someone you don't know. It's...
Is that suitable?
Oh God, it's a fucking... Yeah, come on. Oh, you broke my shield, you monster. I've played Souls games. I know how to roll. At me, bro.
No one hit him.
shit's a cutscene again. Who are you?
Gotcha.
Were we trying to find you?
Oh, people.
Get out of my life, Taylor woman.
Bellara? Bellara Luther. Strife and Irulan sent us to find you.
Yeah, wouldn't it have been nice if we'd actually got to do that? Rather than just walking 5 seconds to the cutscene where we do it? Do we get to play the game?
Who are you, exactly?
Call me Rook.
Lace Harding. Protocol is to wait a full week before they send anyone out to look for me. I've only been gone 3 days.
Well, the situation's changed. For the worse, unfortunately. The elven gods Elganan and Gillenane have escaped from Fen'Harel's prison. And it seems like they want to destroy the world.
Oh, yes, that is very much for the worse.
React appropriately to the information you have just been given. That's not appropriately.
Okay, wait. I need a second.
To what? To do what? Are you contemplating the very, very consequential information that you should be struggling to believe? Or is this just an opportunity for me to do filler dialogue, which is what it looks like?
I've had a couple of days, and I'm still trying to wrap my head around it.
It does sort of explain a few things, though.
Like what?
The surge of raw magic in the area. These artifacts started waking up a while ago, but in fits and starts. One here, a couple there. Then, a couple of days ago, the sky split open. And now, raw magic. Thick as fog. Only a god, or gods, could have done that. There's something kind of exciting about it. And dangerous. Really dangerous. Dangerous enough that I was gonna head back to the Veil Jumper camp, but...
But what?
See that shimmer? That's a veil bubble. It's separating us from the rest of the real world, so to speak.
God.
You can only pass through it one way. Once you're in, you can't get out.
Why is all of this stuff just being thrown in randomly as it's needed? It's so... I don't understand what the stakes in this world are. I don't understand what's happening. I don't understand the magic system. I don't understand the characters. None of it makes sense. It's just, oh, walk to cutscene, have dialogue choice that doesn't give you choice. So someone can tell you about, oh, that thing that's right behind you now that wasn't there earlier, that's a blah, 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 blah. That does a blah, 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 blah. I don't... fuck it. Force our way out, please. Let's do that.
We don't have time for this. Let's just force our way out.
Oh, I wouldn't do that. I don't know what contacting that much raw magic would do to you. But there's another way. A bubble like that? There has to be something at the center that's generating it. Something powerful.
Does there?
If we can find it and remove it, safely, I mean, the bubble itself should collapse.
And then we're back in reality?
I really, really hope so.
Well then, let's get going.
Oh, I can't walk off. Fine. That's also cutscene. I feel bad because lots of people have very clearly done some excellent work on a lot of the aesthetic stuff. I mean, this isn't even... It's not remarkable by any means, but it's good. They've clearly spent time, building these places, and they're being so badly let down by the writers of the game.
Artifact at the center of the bubble, but these magical constructs keep getting in the way.
We've handled our share of demons. A few dozen more shouldn't be a problem.
Spirits, not demons. They're animating those suits of armor. The armor's attuned to the artifact to protect it from threats.
Okay, more
Threats
exposition.
like us, I'm guessing.
Is this gold? No, heartwood. I'm assuming that's crafting. We'll do that later. But it's really tricky. I love and hate writing for games because it's such a hard hurdle to get over. Every time I sit down to write a script for Judas, it's like the most horrible thing because I'm sitting there thinking, if this isn't really good, A, I'm going to be probably torn apart in the writer's room, and B, There's so many people who are relying on this being good because they can make it look amazing and they can make the mechanics great, they can make everything work. But if I don't do a good job, then the entire thing will be ridiculed. And it's a huge burden of responsibility that basically means I don't start writing until I've hit the deadline and I don't have a choice, and so I have to write. I've done that with everything, to be honest. Essays at uni is the same. Scripts for videos, I can't do it in advance. It's performance anxiety, I guess, but your job as a writer is kind of like, it's one of the most muted jobs you have in video game writing, video game making, but it's the most important one. So many people have spent thousands of hours making this look amazing, and there's nothing happening. And that's all the writer's job. A bit of the directing, a bit of the voice acting, but it's all the writing is just... And it's the cheapest thing to do. It is the cheapest thing to make. It does not take thousands of hours. It takes dozens. And you really shouldn't let your scripts go unless you are absolutely sure that every single line is achieving the most you can achieve. Because otherwise, yeah, people will mock it, and the people who really bear the brunt are just going to be fucking the people who actually worked hard. Oh, companion, but I don't want to control any of these people. Oh, shield. Oh, they dodge too. They dodge now? Oh, I can do it. What the fuck is all... Oh, it's that. Do that. That was quite... I'll give it that. That was satisfying. I enjoyed that. Oh, level up. Hooray. Warrior. Can we do... We can't do those yet. Can we? No, we can't. Okay. Warrior it is. Improved throw. Oh, I haven't tried my Captain America throw. I forgot I'd unlocked the Captain America throw. Doesn't upgrade any further though, so I'll probably forget about it next time as well. You can unlock a Rancor. That's fun. Fumbling Blades? No. Let's make progress. Progress is fun. I forgot I'd unlock this as well, because I don't know how to use it. Improved throw. Improves like toss damage. Passive. That means I don't have to remember to use it. We'll do that. Well, that's that. As we are coming up on the 5 o'clock mark, what I might do briefly, we'll see how far we get with it. Oh no, I've lost control of my mouse. That isn't encouraging. That's not supposed to have turned off. I know I have some supers to get to that I have not yet done, which I should do a little bit of. And if we have time at the end, I shall return to the game, but we will address some of these, and I'll try and do it as I... Can I do it as I go? Might be able to. I can! Yes! Hooray! Let's all appreciate Platoon playing this for our amusement so we don't have to. I mean, amusement is a word that you could be using for this game. Is it the right word to be using for this game? Not sure. I hope you're amused, though. Someone should be amused. Prepare for cringe. Skill up said it best. Every conversation sounds like HR is in the room.
So what is this artifact we're looking for, exactly?
I have a couple of theories, but nothing definite.
Yeah, I'm getting that right now.
We might find some clues in the ruins, though.
Hostman's Lounge. Peanut the Squirrel will radicalize more people than Ruby Ridge, Waco, Haram, and the Unabomber combined. Yeah, I mean, that was a shocking story. I'm assuming chat is all caught up with the tragedy of Peanut, which is genuinely a tragedy. It's the poor murdered squirrel.
See elven ruins that haven't been picked over.
Not many people
I have armor now.
come this far into Arlathan. Just veil jumpers mostly.
And people trying to save the world, apparently.
I was shocked and saddened to learn of the death of Peanut. Like, the most benefit of the doubt you can give is that, yes, rabies control in major metropolitan areas, very important.
Could have been where...
But squirrels don't pass rabies to humans, so there is that.
I've never seen anything like this.
So the risk, I suppose, is that a squirrel might pass it on to something that can pass it on to a human, but it just reads like...
Can't be what?
We have to get over there. The artifact we're looking for must be inside.
Oh, good, fair enough. It just reads like that is the logical extension of the bureaucratic state. It's in the rules, and so we will commit any amount of cruelty we need to do.
Warlords.
Because that's what it says. That's the law. We're doing it legally. We have to kill the squirrel. Sorry. And he'd been applying, I think, to get it licensed as an educational animal. And that's another aspect of the bureaucratic state. If it had been a month later, signing a piece of paper would have made the squirrel non-lethal as far as the state is concerned. So, my goodness, that's a bad PR job on the part of the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation.
Just jump across? Oh, no, we can make a bridge. There should be a power crystal somewhere nearby.
Oh, it's a power crystal. Yeah, and by environmental conservation, they mean kill the environment if we don't
Bring
like
it over
it.
here and slot it in.
I want to find out what happened to the raccoon as well. Did the raccoon die?
That's a great trick.
That's a puzzle, by the way. We've just completed a puzzle in this game. Yeah, sad story, that peanut squirrel thing. Don't know if it will have any electoral consequences, but you never know. Maybe it will. Sorry, the sound's probably cutting out because I'm having to Alt-Tab back. There's probably a better way of doing this that I am not aware of. It's going to be off for a moment. Hey Platoon, pleasure catching a stream and hearing that lovely voice. What Total War games are you fond of? Warhammer, I think. 3 is my favorite. Cheers. I've not played the Warhammer Total War games. I have heard good things. I played, naturally, because I'm English, Empire Total War. You know, you have to like that. But Rome 2 is probably my favorite because I am an Alexander the Great stan, and I enjoy rebuilding his empire and sticking it to those pesky Romans. Oh god, is there going to be dialogue? There's going to be dialogue. R1. Do I do something with this? Tinker. Attack warning. Wait, you're telling me this now? I've been doing this for ages. Incompetently, but I have to do it. How do you think I do with my perfect shots? Oh, he fell off a bridge. I think he's dead. Oh no. He escaped the game though. Where did you come from? Fuck off. I think my erstwhile colleague should get out for me. Are they? Are they really? I hadn't noticed they were hitting me from afar. Oh no. Why don't one of you people who has a bow go and deal with that for me? Or do I have to do everything myself? He died. Defeat an enemy. Achievement unlocked by knocking them off a ledge. Yay! I'm coming around to the hammer just because the hammer is way quicker at getting past combat. Which is
the last of the magic energy.
It's not necessarily what you want from your combat system. It's just whatever just gets it done, you know, the quickest possible. Where were we? Your Az kind of looks like a midget Kratos. He kind of does, actually, but then doesn't Az already look like Kratos? Az could well be Kratos. If they were casting a live-action Kratos, I would nominate Az. Is this a new lore? Do you want to be inside Az? He will be devastated to learn this, but much as I love him, Az is not quite my type. So, with all due respect, no. They're all the same as the Officer Jenny effects. Yes, they are. That was the all the clones from earlier, wasn't it? Yes. Yep, we've done the timing the blocks. You know, it's just that easy. I found the first 5 Witcher books in my local book dono today. The first chapter had better writing than this. Read more books, everyone. You should read more books. I completely endorse this message. Because you get all those stories that come out recently of people like college-age kids who turn up to university, even in English lit courses, basically unable to read, which is depressing. And you can kind of make the argument that video games have taken the place, particularly for men, for storytelling, because most publishing is dominated like 75-76% by women. Echo Chamberlain did a good video on this, and we talked about it on his stream a couple of weeks ago. So video games like God of War use what would otherwise have been young adult male tropes, and they just include them. They're just more interactive storytelling. Michael Crichton, a Jurassic Park writer, got into video games almost before everybody else did because he recognized the potential, you know, for reaching the audience that might switch off the novel. But can you write games if you can't read? That's a question. My inclination is to say no, or at least your job will be way harder. So definitely read more books, and don't be ashamed to read books that would traditionally be classed, I guess, as young adult or like high fantasy, which is often looked down on. Like The Witcher is probably a really good example, but like some of the best, most imaginative storytelling you'll find in books supposedly made for kids. C.S. Lewis didn't draw a distinction between books made for kids and books made for adults, except insofar as adults had lost their imagination. Where does this thing go, I wonder? That's actually not my problem. How do I pick it up? I wasn't listening to the game because I have the audio off. Oh, someone else has to do it. Do they? No? Oh, shit. I wasn't listening and I forgot how the mechanic works. Let me alt-tab back so I can listen to the game. Oh, it's that? No, I picked that up. I've been foiled by the most simple... Oh, might need something in there. Let's put it back down. Foiled by the simplest puzzle design in history is what I was going to say before it had confused me. Lourdes crystals. Hooray. Glad we got those. Gold, yeah. Right, now we can go and move the thing to the place. Yeah, reading is good. I wholly recommend it. And there you go. Is there a reason you're playing as Az other than for the funnies? It's mostly the gender thing, because I'd seen him, like, a few people react to the famous clip from this game. And Az is, of course, very famous on the internet for his "fuck you, chest, fuck you." I had seen him react to the gendery stuff, obviously in relation to Starfield, so I'd seen the cutscene and I thought it would be really funny if the camera just panned around while Az is being lectured to about how to apologize for misgendering, and I wanted to punish him in that way. So that's the reason, basically for the funnies, but also for the funnies. Done playing Wilds for the night, now I am just here to suffer with you while my poor PC resets. That game seems amazing, but I sincerely hope they spend the next 4 months optimizing Dear God Please. I don't know what the Wilds is. You might have to, or someone might have to fill me in on what the Wilds is once I have the correct chat. I have not heard of this Wild, except gratitude. I think you mean something else.
About where we are. It's an armory. I think I know what the artifact is.
Oh, are they coming at me one at a time? I bet that's... Yep, they are. Oh, if they blue red, you can't block them. I see your big weapon. I have a bigger one. that was a perfect block with a weapon that's supposed to be very hard to perfect block with, but it's not. So that's good. And again. And you're invincible as well, I think, would be perfect block, which is even more convenient. Wow.
Excellent form, Rook.
Thank you, Aloy. Where were we? As uses bigotry, it's super effective. Against, honestly, yeah, the Pride Demon, yes. And it was. Super effective. The game is a wound. This game is a wound inflicted upon the world. To be honest, and I will be honest, because I didn't just come on here to shit on it, because, again, lots of hard work goes into it. Seen behind the scenes in game production, I don't like necessarily just shitting on these things because so much work has gone into this, and in some places it does show. There are worse games. This is not giving me Star Wars Outlaws vibes, for example. Unless you're talking, say, fucking the guy's name being Varric, which keeps reminding me of Dank Varric. It's like, this isn't incompetent, it's just the writing is so very, very, very bland. So I wouldn't say it's a wound necessarily yet. I'm sure it might get to that point, but at the moment it's a shame that so much work has gone into creating the good bits, because the bad bits are the important bits, and they really let it down. This has big new phone who dis energy. Yes, is my answer. I think it's in I don't necessarily understand the reference, but I'll run with it. Remember when Sordus was an extremely interesting character? Same with Varric. God, I hate it. The gameplay is just worse. The gameplay I can agree with. The characters I just don't remember enough of. I vaguely remember Varric, but I can't tell you how they've changed him or how he's disappointing based on what he used to be. You guys are in a way better position to do that than I am. Ooh, cutscene. We should probably hear the cutscene. Oh, zombies.
Methalinast. Darkspawn.
They darkspawn now? Is this what the darkspawn always looked like? I don't remember them looking like this. I like, one thing I do like, the hammer does do area of attacks. Like, it swings, it hits multiple people, that makes the combat feel less, like, boring and routine and mobile gamey.
I never would have believed it.
However, if this is your first reintroduction to something as supposedly iconic, at least as the Darkspawn, that was way too easy. That should have been harder and more horrifying. Remember, no, done that one. No, the pronoun is there as a trap. By rook being rook, he, him, it's auto-imply you agree with gender as a social construct idea. They got you, good player. I don't necessarily follow. I think you're meaning that the mere fact that they give you the choice means you're buying into the gender idea. I made this point actually when Az did his, like, the famous pronoun rant on Starfield. Trying to basically explain, like, why people who don't necessarily follow the socio-political stuff, why so many people do get so very irritated about it. Because lots of people say, well, it's just player choice, what's the problem? I think Lofty Pixels had that take. But, you know, it is a fairly radical proposition. If you accept that the choice is there to be made, you are seen to be accepting a premise. I don't particularly and personally give too much of a shit. I would rather it not exist, but it doesn't really irritate me that it does. I do understand why people find it so irritating, which is, it's this very newfangled thing, by new, well, I say like 1960s Simone de Beauvoir, but relatively recently in the cultural zeitgeist, is proliferating. If you give it an inch, it will take a mile, and just accepting that the choice is there implies that it's an acceptable realm of player choice which accepts that the concept is legitimate. And I understand people who don't accept it as legitimate. That said, you know, I know trans people have people who... some of my best friends are trans, I did the thing. I prefer just to live and let live as far as is possible. As long as you're not denying reality at me too hard, I'm prepared to let you live.
Get ready. Once I shut it down,
which I suppose could be taken as entailing that I'm prepared to kill you if you don't, which for YouTube purposes I am not saying we should kill people who deny reality. Just to put that out there. There, I've got to find a way of doing this without all tapping. The reason this section exists is to waste time and get you over the 2-hour Steam refund window. That could mean literally anything in the game. I think it meant the prologue section. You, ally, be a slave. But yeah, I mean, it could, honestly, any number of cutscenes or particularly the dialogue exchanges, because they don't mean anything. Yeah, that could be anything. It's a lot of time-wasty stuff. Yeah, remember when writing was nuanced? I do. Oh, enemies. Shit, I wasn't paying attention. These are the Darkspawn again. They don't stagger you when they hit, I've noticed, which is actually makes it hard to notice sometimes if they've hit you, unless you are paying attention to your health bar, which I wasn't. Actually, they're doing a lot of damage because I'm not paying attention. I should pay attention. And they are dead. You can use this game as a great tool for your game. No. I mean, yes, insofar as it makes me feel better about the scripts that I'm writing, because I'm writing characters. But otherwise, no. I will use it, however, as a means of telling me sort of, what not to do. If you're going to pretend you're giving players choice, you should actually give them choice. You definitely shouldn't pretend you're giving them choice. That's not how this works. Yes, if the gods got out, they aren't here, you idiot. True, I guess. They've noticed very obvious things. They're good at noticing the obvious and then relating it in exposition scenes. The Rings of Power elves are in this game. They are. I'm pretty sure X-Ray Girl elf. That one? Yeah, that one. She's the one who got, chock full of arrows in Rings of Power Season 2, Episode 7. The one they gave that really important hero moment to, even though we didn't know what her name is. And now it occurs to me I don't know what this character is called either, so, hooray. In Fable 2, you help a guy come out of the closet and find him a boyfriend, or you can tell him to stay in the closet. Compare that choice to this game. That's true, yeah, I remember Fable. Fable was fun. Isn't there a Fable 4 coming out relatively soon? Kind of interested in that one. But yeah, that game gave you a lot of choice. And also, so many just fun, random things. Some of my best memories of older games is just bugs that, is it Fable 2 where you can go into the, through one of the face doors and there's, a really idyllic house or, a windmill or something? No, it's a really idyllic house with a windmill, I think. And my friend, I was watching him play it, and, he brought his wife back there and killed her. But then her ghost was wandering around, so when he brought his next wife back, the ghost was there and scared her away, so he lost his wife, 2 wives, in fact, to his own... What do I do with this, I wonder? Oh, hooray. Oh, even more hooray. Yeah, Fable 2 was fun. And then you had Stephen Fry doing the Stephen Fry's back passage. Reaver's back passage, that's the one. That was fun. Fable was quite fun back in the day. I don't remember much about 3, though. This game was written by people who couldn't commit to being evil in Baldur's Gate. Oh, fuck, where did you come from? Oh, there's more? Oh, leave me alone. Oh, I died. No, I didn't die. How am I not dead? Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping I died. Natural end point to stream, but we continue. Just vaguely smashing away. Anyway, so what is floating? I don't care. Yeah, the game was written by people who couldn't commit to being evil in Baldur's Gate before even leaving the Nautiloid. They have no capacity to be mean or unwelcoming to others. I'm getting that impression quite strongly, which is not only can you not be mean to people, but your allies can't be mean to each other. They'll be slightly snarky out at most, but for the most part, they'll be generally quite supportive. And that's sort of paying forward to the scene everyone, I think, by now has seen, the famous apology for misgendering scene. You could have had a character, if you were really buying into the whole pronouns thing, you could have a character react really strongly against it, and it could be a source of division against your team. So you have to choose a team member that you will side with, and you know it will cost you meaningful points with the others. because it's a, you know, if you're playing it as dramatic as it's supposed to be, but having it as just this very, very generic, saccharine, oh, it's just about doing a few press-ups and apologizing, and then we all get on with our day. Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting, but that's not dramatic. Like, either lean into this conflict or don't do it, but don't present it and not lean into it. Gra Hulk Smash Law, sorry needed to scream. Here's 5 for the privilege. Thank you very much, sir. And finally, I believe, a man of few words is Josh Kelsey, who gave $20 but said nothing. But thank you, sir, for the monies. We shall, I think, what's going on? What is going on here? I think before we get into this next combat scene, I shall wind it up at this juncture. As I say, there is not going to be a B-Sup on Monday. So, depending on the video release schedule, either I will, either a release will come out on Monday video-wise and I'll stream after, or I'll stream in place of a video. Either way, I'm going to try, I would like to do these more often. I like game streams, and now I've set it up properly, hopefully I won't fuck me over at the beginning, like it did at the beginning of this one. So, I don't know whether it'll be Dragon Age again, though it probably makes sense that it is, because we've started it. Yeah, one way or another, I'll be streaming again, and hopefully more often. It would be nice to hang out with the chat more often while playing maybe some better games in the future. Last super chat comes in. Oh god, my voice is going, so it's definitely time to end. For a drama is not the point, normalization is the point. Yes, certainly with the pronoun stuff, that is almost certainly true. But then again, like you can make a better point with drama. You can have a more accepting point with drama. I just think that they wouldn't allow themselves to... They would not let you make the negative choice in that situation. Even if it's like Ashley in Mass Effect, where she's quite clearly racist, but you can choose to engage with her. They wouldn't even allow that. You won't have an Ashley in this game, because you can't even have something to argue against. You just have to have everything so flat and on the level, and everyone is so vague and beige. It's just not satisfying. But even if you have a social agenda to push, you can use drama to do it. Drama is not your enemy, people. Drama is a good idea. You should do it. But otherwise, I'll just carry on ranting. We should, yeah, I think we'll call it a wrap there. Thank you, though. Thank you so much for hanging out at this very strange time of night. Hopefully, it will be a slightly less strange time of night the next time. But I will see you very, very soon for something at some time in some guise. Maybe his ass again, who knows. But enjoy the rest of what's left of your night. Bye.